In my last video, we started working on the downstairs kitchen in my duplex. This is a 1929 kitchen, and it has all original tile and cabinetry, which we are trying to keep, but I'm still trying to make an impact. So I thought going dark could be the move, and quickly realized I still wanted to keep it light. So I went in with this creamy yellow color in part 1, and we ended up painting all the cabinetry, and I shared with you a bunch of ideas as well, which we are making come to life in part 2. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and part 2 of this kitchen makeover. Now, I honestly thought I was going to be working on this far sooner than I am. It's been like a week and a half since my last kitchen update, and I got sick. I don't know what happened, what was in the air, but I got so congested and I just could not bring myself to come down here and paint over the top of my head. A bit better now, and I'm ready to dive back into the kitchen. But in the meantime, some things have actually happened in here. We have got rid of the refrigerator, also got rid of the oven as well. Some things I want to do in today's video: we have the floor tile that has arrived. I want to share that with you. There's a lot of just kind of like little updates and things we're going to tackle. I also am waiting on the hardware to arrive. It has shipped out. It's on its way. And if you're new to this little series, definitely check out part 1. I'll put it in a card above. But the creamy cabinetry has all been completely double coated now, or the cream color on the cabinetry. But I think we're gonna start out actually with painting the ceiling. A lot of you suggested just bringing the cream up the ceiling, and I love that idea, but I'm just going to lighten it a bit. So I actually got the same exact color, which is Pharaoh's Cream from Pharaoh & Ball, but I got it at 50% strength. They're essentially, it's gonna be a little bit brighter. There's not gonna be as much pigment in there. And the current ceiling is like a high gloss, and it's just really reflective. The cool tones outside, and I just don't love it. It's a high gloss. It looks like a bathroom ceiling, if that makes sense. So I wanna go in there, flatten it out, and it's just gonna look so much better with a coat of paint. Because once we have that done, then I can share with you guys the lights we're installing, which I got on Marketplace. We're gonna have a fun time. Let's get started. Check out that glossy ceiling. You can just see how high gloss it is, and it just reflects all the tones, and I just don't love it. I think once we flatten it out, which you can kind of see, we went in and just did a little edging already along the edges before with the gloss, which I do love a glossy ceiling every now and then. However, I think in this space, it just doesn't seem right. The ceiling's a little damaged as well, as you can see. I mean, it's not damaged, it's just like imperfect. And to be totally honest, I'm not looking to go in and re-smooth out this entire ceiling at the moment, so that might be something in the future, but right now I definitely think a coat of paint is just gonna really help this out a lot. My one ceiling painting tip is to get yourself a pole extension for your roller. It's just gonna make it so much easier, I promise you. You can even just grab it from a broom. A lot of times you could just twist the top off the broom and put it right on. And I love using the handleless brushes for cutting in edges. It really is nice also for sealing. Since you're working over the top of you, you don't have that kind of brush handle in your face or like in the way as well. The ceiling is painted and it's drying down at the moment. I actually think I really like it. Something I'm excited to actually add to the space for a little bit more natural texture in here is some bamboo shades. And I ordered these actually on Amazon. They are custom size, but they got here in like 3 days. They have every size that is crazy. I'll link below the ones I got. And this is what they look like. Oh yeah, that's all you do. And then you can like push them back up. The black tile border is also really harsh when you're looking directly in this room. I'll kind of pop up a view. And so I thought this could kind of separate and break up the top third of the window. Just add 2 little brackets. We are gonna have to drill through the tile, which I know it's scary. I'm actually a little scared, but we got special drill bits. We got the proper tools and supplies needed. So hopefully it will go smoothly.
It's a showroom, but
I'm sure that yeah, definitely based off the tile. I got through poo, you know that's right.
Perfect. Tile, brick, wood, plaster, and more, all purchased.
Oh yeah, that's a nice anchor.
Each one of those blinds weighs 1,100 pounds.
Yes. Okay. That's so cute. I I love the addition of the bamboo shades. They look so good. I love the texture up there, and I think it's really gonna translate nicely when I add styling. Now these mullions in the window, which are the diamond grids, I ordered these on Etsy. They're just laser cut. I shared them in part 1 because I have them in my upstairs kitchen, and I ordered the same exact one, so I'll link them below for you if you are curious. Out of the kitchen for a moment because I actually have to do a little alteration on something I picked up on Marketplace, which is actually the lighting for the kitchen. It is a little bit reminiscent kind of the lighting upstairs, which I do not mind. I absolutely, the 2 lanterns hanging in the kitchen upstairs are 2 of my favorite lights in the entire house. So I was like, I love the shape of a lantern indoors. Why not see if I could find something similar? And 2 of these popped up on Marketplace, these like 1920s or 1930s, stunning iron sconces, and I hope you guys can see these. It was $200 for the set, and I do have to rewire them, but we know how. The only thing I don't like is the glass. As you can see, it's like a white, it's actually iridescent, so there's like pink and purple and different colors in there, and this one is super iridescent right here. So basically, we ended up ordering some glass online, Cavallini glass, and I really wanted to do something that had like texture in it, kind of modeled glass, and let me show you the glass we got. The clear rough rolled, it's product code 100RR-F if you're curious, but this is what the glass looks like. Ooh, it's actually textured on this side really nice, and it's really easy to cut glass. You just essentially put it on top, score it with like a glass scorer, and then snap it on the edge, and we're going to replace the glass on those so that way we can install them in the ceiling. We have Justin in the house today.
Hi.
He's gonna be doing our glass cutting because he's just experienced
I'm the glass spatialist.
Spatialist.
Big, so we will cut it on the inside of the line. Always means it's working.
Ooh, you can see the score line.
These are cold.
Scored by.
Oh, that sounded
beautiful.
Nice.
We have all new wiring, so this is old and dispose of this. Wow.
It worked.
I shared that we started to strip down this ventilating fan, which I had no idea what was until I discovered the logo, which said West Wind, and we were able to find an old brochure of a West Wind ventilating fan. We got that fully stripped down, as you could see here, and sanded it off. It took quite a while, and I figured you guys probably didn't even want to see that anyways. It was just a messy process, so I did go ahead and mask that area off, gave it a nice coat of a rust primer that is perfect for metal, and then went over the top with a sage green spray paint. Now, I know this was originally in the color Bainbridge green, but I don't exactly know what color that is. So I went in with the color that I felt like would be just a nice complementary color to the space, and I also painted the little niche above the sink area, the yellow color that we're using on the cabinets, which is Pharaoh's Cream, because a lot of people were saying that I should keep the niche as opposed to covering it up or putting like a mirror over the top of it. So I figured we'll keep it for now. It's been a couple days since I last talked to you guys. We have got the lights up in here, we have our shades up, everything's looking nice. I painted the cabinet today and also the little fan at the top. Now over here, as I mentioned, we got the actual range out, and I ended up finding a range on Facebook today, and I want to know your thoughts on this because I'm kind of thinking it could work. Originally, I wasn't really planning on going vintage. I think that there's a lot of already original vintage elements in here, and for me, I'm not really looking to make like a retro style kitchen. However, this range popped up. It's really reasonably priced too. I'm just gonna pop up a photo of it right here on the side, and it comes in like an off-white enamel with burgundy accents, or similar to this shirt that I'm wearing here, but I almost feel like it could be so cool right here. This is Editing Drew popping in a week later to let you know that I have already nixed this idea a little bit. I just don't want to go in the route of retro. I don't think. I, for a day, was kind of like thinking this could work, and then I decided, you know what? The kitchen already is leaning a bit retro in the style of it, so I want to take it a little bit more modern, bring in the stainless steel range, make it feel a little bit more current. If I paired like more of a rustic butcher block to the side of it, and then we're doing shelves above as well, that's the plan, is doing like 2 shelves here for styling and also for a snack bar, like snacks in little canisters. Let me pop it on my story and see what people are thinking. See see if this will give it the look of a gorgeous rusted look. Oh, it actually kind of does. Just adding a little paint and then dabbling it with a paper towel to remove the paint and just layering it on to give it a similar look to the light fixture. The tiles were also delivered, which I was too excited to even share with you guys. Clearly, I forgot to film a clip. I actually started to just place them on the ground to get an idea for what I wanted to do. They come in these 12 by 24 sheets, and these are called Keystone tiles. They are 1 by 1 inch, and the base color that I used is the color Biscuit, so it's kind of like an off-white, and then I used a black matte tile as my decorative tile. The sun was setting at this point. I just wanted to get a look at the tile, and it's looking good. I was not expecting this, but our package of hardware and also I think the shelf brackets are all inside of here from Rejuvenation. I thought this was actually coming on Friday and it is Wednesday, so it got here a bit earlier than expected. All of this was kindly gifted by Rejuvenation. I actually use Rejuvenation in my upstairs kitchen as well, and I love, love, love their hardware. It is such high quality, long lasting. Oh, this is a cup handle. Ooh!
So pretty.
Okay, here's a first item, cup handle. And this is in the nickel, I believe. Oh my gosh, look how pretty on the color of the cabinet.
Oh yeah, so pretty. Yeah, nickel's just like a tiny bit warmer than chrome.
Got this little hook in case we wanted to add it somewhere. Oh my gosh, oh, these are so pretty. I'll pop a close-up of these. Look how stunning these are. And I'll also pop up the proper name of this hardware collection. I really think the new hardware is going to enhance the original cabinetry a lot because since these are older, they kind of need a little bit of enhancement. They kind of are a little bit dinged up, but I do love the character in them and we painted over it so it has a nice painted finish. This is like a huge appliance pull. I actually got this for the really tall pantry door right here because I thought it would just add some nice interest. Sometimes you can make your kitchen just feel a bit more custom that way. So I made sure to get smaller hardware for the smaller cabinets and longer hardware pieces for the longer doors. Wow, you guys, this is gonna look so good!
So cute.
Wow. Honestly, you guys, quality hardware just is so stunning. When you see the finish in person, like it's just so high quality. And especially we figured out how to properly drill through the tiles. So these are gonna look great with shelves on top of them over the range area. Person would have done before painting their cabinets was repair all of the holes. However, I wanted to get the paint on the cabinets first, so I at least knew the color looked good. So I painted all the cabinets and now I'm going through and repairing the holes, adding some wood filler to all of the cabinet door fronts. I didn't have to add it to the actual drawers, which was nice because our cup handles cover that up, but I did go ahead and sand it down, prime over the top, and we are going to just add the cabinet paint color right over top as well. Typically with kitchen cabinets too, you want a super smooth finish, and with all the kitchens I've done, which is really only 2 in the past, I've sprayed them, and this is a step I never would have done after. I would have absolutely filled all the holes beforehand and then sprayed it all, but because these are old cabinets and they've been painted so many times, I don't mind going back in and just doing touch-ups now and then. But I have to say, the polished nickel hardware looks so good on top of the Pharaoh's cream paint. I absolutely love it. It was a perfect choice, I think, for the kitchen. And I started with all of the drawers first, so I did all the cup holes, and then I went and did the actual cabinet fronts. And something I realized in this butler's pantry area that I'm doing right here is I actually ordered 8-inch tall poles for this section, and clearly I'm putting the 4-inch ones on. It's because the 8-inch ones were actually in a different box that I didn't realize. So without thinking, I started putting the 4-inch handles on these, and then realized towards the end of the kitchen as I started running out of 4-inch handles that I actually ordered 8-inch tall ones for this section, and the 8-inch ones are not here yet, so I'm still waiting for those, but the 4-inch ones look so good. I gotta say, I just gotta patch the top hole there, and I did apply them right in all the other areas. Like, they look so good on these smaller uppers, and then I also applied the rest of the bin poles over in kind of like the sink area. These are the drawers to the left of the sink area, and this was a really, really quick process. If you create yourself a template based off of the exact hardware you use, you can just kind of place it on top of the drawer and you're good to go. Today is tile day, which I am excited for, but also I am a little nervous for because we are doing sort of a geometric design on the ground using these 1x1 tiles, which I shared earlier. And I think I've only ever tiled floors like 3 times in the past. I did my kitchen upstairs, a bathroom upstairs, and this floor in the kitchen downstairs. And so I started by dry fitting the floor and just cutting out basically the shapes I want. The nice thing is that these tiles come in sheets, so you can really cut them down to create different sizes and shapes and play around with the placement of them prior to gluing them to the floor, because I knew I wanted to do a border pattern. And I'll pop up a photo of an original 1920s kitchen kind of border that made me want to do this style. And I actually am going to be going right over the top of the previous linoleum, because this checkerboard linoleum has been on this floor for I don't even know how long. We think it has to be, we don't think it's like original 1920s, but it has to be like 60, 70 years old. So we actually are going over the top of it with a grippy product. It's, I'll actually share it with you right here. It is tiling day. Justin is here. We are just getting the last bit of primer on the floor, and this primer is crazy, we gotta say. It essentially creates like, can you hear this? Like, listen on Justin's glove.
It fully has like thick sand in it. Like,
it has like a grit.
So rough.
So it has a nice good grip now. So when we apply the mortar, it's just gonna stick a little bit better to the linoleum. This is what we're using. It's like a gray color. The product too is super fast dry, so you can actually go in and start tiling within an hour of priming the floor. So that is what I did. And we also got a bucket of pre-mixed mortar for this project because the kitchen is on the smaller side. I didn't feel like I needed to mix up a ton of mortar. I'm also not using stone tile, so I just figured that a bucket of pre-mixed mortar would make the process easier. You're also gonna wanna make sure that your mortar is not a fast dry mortar, because you're gonna want time to position your mosaic tiles, of course. So I always find pre-mixed mortar is just so much slower drying, and I like that for this process, so that is why I used it. Now I started right in front of the sink, as you saw, and I'm working my way to the left, and I essentially want to just kind of frame out one large corner area so that then I can start filling in some of the white central base of this tile design, because we are gonna have our black borders, and then there's gonna be a few rows of white on the exterior of the black border, and then we're gonna have all white tiles on the interior. As you can see here, I'm placing one of our large sheets to start here. And the key when placing large sheets like this is to kind of flip the orientation of them. So I'm placing a few of them horizontally like this, and then the next few, I don't even know if I actually do it in this exact step. I only sort of realized it a little bit through the process, to be honest with you, was to flip the orientation of the tile. So you might want to then go and flip it to be vertical, and that's going to break up the seam lines of your tile sheets a little bit more. So in case you do have a little bit of a separation when you go to grout, it's not gonna be as apparent. And the other biggest tip I can give you is to not go around and do the entire border first. Don't even do like a large chunk of the border. You're kind of gonna wanna work in small sections. So I did about 4-foot sections of the border, or I did like a 4-foot run and then the corner and then maybe another 4-foot section. And then I filled in the gaps that I created, or the areas that I'm able to then fill in with our large white sections of tile. I fill those in next, because if you do need to make any cuts, it's a lot easier to make a cut on the exterior edge than it is to make a cut if you were to do all the border first and then start placing the kind of white larger tile panels in the center, and then one of them doesn't fit. You can't cut that because it's going to be apparent that that panel is cut. So you're going to want to work in sections, and this is definitely something that you are gonna play around with, but once you start going, I promise you, it is not as hard as it looks. And the thing about this tile is that each square is only an inch, so there really is only so much of a gap you can have between a tile and the wall. The largest gap you can have is an inch if you think about it. So even if you wanted to go in with a baseboard in the end or something to cover up that gap, you are going to get a filled in tile design in the end. So here I went in with a few vertical sheets, and now I'm working my way down kind of the butler's pantry area. And at this point I was getting very excited. It was looking so good, but I was just hoping and praying that this butler's pantry like stretch of flooring was the same width all the way through, which I have to say that it was, which I was very excited about. I did kind of maneuver some of the tiles a bit and work, but as you can see, I kind of do it in sections and panels and just work my way down. Here is a really nice stretch of seeing that just kind of walkway come together, and the borders just frame this section out so nicely and just pull the border from the countertop tile over to the wall tile. I absolutely love it, and I am letting this cure down for a couple of days before going in with the grout, but I think for the grout, I'm just gonna go in with like an ivory, an off-white or something. Let me know if I should do a different color if you guys have any ideas on that. But yeah, let me share with you guys what this is looking like. The tile's been drying down for a couple of days now, and I'm going to pop up a clip. I'm actually standing on it right now of what the tile looks like. Now, this is gonna be the end of part 2 of this kitchen makeover, but make sure to subscribe so that you do not miss out on part 3, which is coming up very soon. We're gonna be putting the shelving in next. We have a ton of styling to do. I also did the flooring kind of like this to accompany runners really nicely, and as you guys know, I have my rug collection with June Laloy, and I have so many runners in the collection, so I'm really excited to put one over here and then also put one in the kitchen area. And just one quick thing I wanted to mention before heading out is that if you've not popped over to my online shop, lonefox.com, in a while, you guys, I have been doing the absolute most lately in the online store, like adding new items, sourcing things, finding cool vintage pieces, photographing them. Every single thing that you're seeing on the site is shipped from our Arizona warehouse. My mom and aunt ship it out to you guys. And I also am excited to say that we got a bunch of, super happy that we have a bunch of really stunning, affordable, contemporary goods over on the site as well. So take advantage, you guys. Orders over $99 ship for free. And I also added a ton of furniture. You guys should see what the gallery, like my little showroom gallery, is looking like. So make sure to subscribe so that you can catch part 3 of this kitchen makeover. I think that actually might be the final part. We're probably gonna style it out, do our little section over here. Oh my gosh, it's looking so good. Like, I'm so happy. So thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye.
If I show up, will you show me around town? If I make you laugh,